This week, the embattled FBI Director Kash Patel is expected to appear before Congress. On Tuesday, Patel is scheduled to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee for its annual FBI oversight hearing. It's interesting timing. And on Wednesday, it is anticipated that he will do the same on the House side. During those hearings, it's also expected he will face tough questions on a number of outstanding issues. This all comes as Patel continues to face scrutiny over his handling of the Charlie Kirk shooting investigation from both ends of the political spectrum. And that's, of course, on top of the scrutiny over the FBI's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein investigation and his overall management of the federal law enforcement agency. Joining us now is national security and intelligence analyst Christopher O'Leary. He is also a former FBI special agent and senior counterterrorism executive. And back with us is Mary McCord. Christopher, I want to get to you first. Just pick at your expertise here, because we are seeing right now play out in real time on social media this blame game, this MAGA civil war kind of unfolding into public view about Patel's handling of the Kirk investigation. You have some characters in MAGA sphere attacking him, some proactively defending him. You have Patel himself very active on social media right now. From your perspective, someone who has been inside the room, how do you think Patel has handled this so far, and this social aspect of it, Patel tweeting as he goes, how unusual and detrimental it is?
And tweeting things that are wrong that he has to fix later.
So Director Patel has some excellent qualifications on social media. He has absolutely no background experience or disposition or character to be in charge of the FBI. This is an embarrassment. People throughout my career have asked, excuse me, what is the biggest threat to U.S. national security? What keeps you up at night? And that has vacillated over time. Al-Qaeda, ISIS, drones, cyber warfare. The biggest threat to U.S. national security is having incompetent sycophants in charge of protecting our citizens. And that's what played out over the last week. And not to minimize this event, a political assassination against somebody utilizing or employing their First Amendment protected rights should disgust all of us. But in the scheme of things, this was a minor crisis. If this continues down this pathway and we have an Oklahoma City bombing or, God forbid, something on the scale of a 9/11, Kash Patel couldn't lead an organization during this crisis. If we have something at scale, we're in real trouble. And he decided to stay for the second course at Rayos, apparently, which I've been there. The meatball is spectacular. But it shows that he lacks the character and the judgment to handle this.
Are you hearing that from people that you're still in touch with inside the Bureau?
It's been a steady drumbeat. And just for background, I knew and worked with Kash Patel a decade ago when he was a staff attorney, working terrorism at Main Justice. I was involved in the Benghazi investigation. I was involved in East Africa cases. He was a fine partner for where he was then, but he was a self-promoter. He's an opportunist. He does not care about protecting the Constitution, does not care. Two simple leadership things. He has no leadership background. If you focus on two things, mission accomplishment and the welfare of your people, that's a good start point. He doesn't do either. He cares about himself, flies out to Utah to have this spotlight on himself, taking credit for the investigation. Dismissing our federal, state, and local partners as being kind of insignificant in all of this. That is opposite to what any leader should be doing. Undermining his special agent in charge who's out there. And let me just close this out with 2 points. The SAC who is out there, who I don't know personally, and I have to assume, like most FBI agents, he's a qualified professional. But the SAC they removed just a few weeks ago. Special agent in charge, Maytab Syed. I worked with her for years. Career counterterrorism professional. Has proven herself in crises in the past. Worked some of the top, Mary probably worked with her, some of the top counterterrorism cases. She was removed without cause. Nobody was never told. suspicion is she was considered a DEI hire, which I can tell you her qualifications are exceptional. She might be of Pakistani descent, a Muslim, a female. She's one of the finest agents I've ever worked with. She was removed. She certainly could have handled this crisis, no problem. The other person that was removed was Brian Driscoll, the assistant director of, the Critical Incident Response Group, purposely built to respond to complex crises. He was no longer in his job. He was actually with me in New York watching this all unfold. So if you are unqualified to handle this yourself, maybe you should leave the professionals in, the career professionals that have a demonstrated track record who can actually protect the American people and not focus on social media.
And, you know, Mary, we don't even have enough time to get into a lot of the back and forth between Kash Patel and the Utah officials saying, no, wait a minute, this is how this all happened. Reading this, it made me... I loved everything that you said, Chris, because it just sort of validates what I've been thinking. Kash Patel has been operating in a way the last few days, like he's trying to CYA. He is not only trying to cover his behind, but he's also trying to make nice with the boss, with the president, because he knows his job is in danger for various reasons. Am I wrong in thinking this way about his actions?
No, I think you're exactly spot on. I mean, he made this all about him, right? Let's get video of me walking the crime scene, you know, tweeting out things. And I cannot tell you how bad this is for the relationship between federal, state, and local law enforcement, that you would try to undermine the local law enforcement partners and bait them into defending themselves. Like, what are the American people supposed to think about the ability to protect public safety, respond to critical incidents, when you're going to have a back and forth between the federal officials and the state leaders? So I think he's going to have a lot to answer for, you know, this week on Capitol Hill, and I hope that the senators and the representatives will question him on a lot of these things.
I want to read a little bit from that Utah Department of Public Safety, their response to his tweet. Our stance, his original tweet was against all law enforcement recommendations. We demanded the video footage and enhanced stills be released. They say, our stance was that it was a unified investigation and all decisions needed to be made in a unified manner and discussed to determine what was most beneficial to the investigation. We did not recommend they not be released. However, we first used technology to try to identify. This was tried in an attempt to increase safety to officers that may be affecting an arrest without notifying the subject, and also done in an attempt to not have other innocent individuals that look similar subject to scrutiny by the public. This seems like how it's supposed to work, right. That you work with everyone so that you're all marching to the same beat of the drum. Before we end here, I also want to shift just a little bit to the FBI deputy director. Dan Bongino. Andrew Bailey, who is the Missouri AG still, is now co-deputy director of the FBI, and he started this week. That's abnormal. Am I crazy? That seems like a layering over. You know, it seems there's not usually team ups in the deputy director role at the FBI.
Yeah, so it's actually an interesting tactic you see authoritarians use around the world. So, Kash Patel, you're my guy as FBI director, but if you try to be too popular and you would just want to be popular with the workforce, Dan Bongino is my guy, and you could be out tomorrow. Now, Dan Bongino has somebody looking over his shoulder, and I'll just remind everybody, the reason that the FBI started to become questioned by the American people because the steady drumbeat by Kash Patel and Dan Bongino undermining the confidence and the trust in an institution that is populated almost to a man and a woman by career professionals who are apolitical. Any misinformation or disinformation or propaganda that suggests otherwise is patently false. The American people have been lied to, and there's no evidence of it. Just because you're being told it repeatedly, over time, you're being conditioned to believe this. It doesn't mean it's actually true. Does it mean the FBI is perfect? No. There are individuals, but we traditionally self-police that. because the FBI has had a standard of excellence since 1908, setting really the standard for law enforcement and intelligence in this country and around the world.